Hi everyone. In this video I would like to show you how you can invoke an RPA through a trigger. There are several ways to invoke an RPA. In this video we will show how you can run it or invoke it through a scheduled trigger. To do that you need to go to the RPA section, select the Triggers tab, and here you can add a new trigger. And in this video we will add a scheduled trigger. A scheduled trigger is a way to decide that you want to run your RPA on specific date and time, or you want to run it on a specific repetitive interval, like every X hours, minutes, days, etc. So to do that, you select to create a scheduled trigger, and the first thing to do would be to select the RPA that you want to be invoked with this trigger. So let's select here the create sales order from a table. For example, you may have an RPA flow that goes over a database table, and the table is being filled all the time by an external source like another site or users, and you want your RPA triggers to go and check the table again and again every period and time and decide whether it needs to do some processing on the new table lines. So to do that, you will create a scheduled trigger, select the RPA that process this table, and once you do that, you will get the scheduled trigger definition. What you have here the trigger name that is built out of the RPA name, and then you have the scheduler part. Here you can set a one-time execution, selecting a date and a time, and it will run only once on this date and time that you will choose. This is one option. Another option is to decide that you want it to run repeatedly. And here you will be able to say what will be the interval of the invocation. You can decide that you want to run it every number of minutes, hours, or days. If you select the minutes or hours, you can also decide on which days you want it to run. By default, it will run on all days, but you can then disable some of the days and, for example, decide that you don't want it to run on the weekends, for example. So you don't want it to run on Sunday and maybe on Saturday. These are your scheduling options. On the lower part, you will see all the inputs of the RPA that you have selected to be triggered. It will get with all the default values that you have set for your RPA input values. And here you can, of course, set specific values for this invocation. Once you will save the trigger, it will be added to your trigger list, which you can see here on your RPA section under the triggers table. Here is our new trigger. And just to notice a special column here on the table, which is the status column. Here you will be see which trigger is enabled or disabled. Enabled means that it will, of course, run. If this is a scheduler, it will run as defined for its scheduling. If you want temporarily to disable a triggered RPA, you can just select it, one or more, and then on the action decide to disable it. This will disable it temporarily. Whenever you want to enable it again, you can do the selection again and select enable. Of course, if you want to delete it, you can just remove it, but this will remove it permanently. This is a way to disable it temporarily. Thank you.